Okay. Seems like we're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Great. So, welcome back, everyone. I know it's been a while since the last stream. Let's get everyone caught up to speed on where we are. So, we're still working on this big refactor feature for Peapods, the event time range options. We're going to try to finish it up, but we're going to do it in a different way today. So, my buddy Andrew is also streaming tonight, and I highly encourage you to follow along on his channel here, Andrew Schreiber 1. And we're going to do 25 minutes of solo work and then 5 minutes of syncing with each other. So Pomodoro technique. And we're going to see how that works. So at 7:35, about basically 20 minutes from now, took me some time to get set up. I'm going to sync with him, and we're going to, we're going to see how that goes. So, let's just jump right into it. Last time we left off, let's just run the code. Let's see where the heck we are. Okay. Got to fix some tests. Oh, actually, it looks like I just had a network timeout. Computer probably went to sleep. So the feature we're trying to do, remember, is like a dribble.com sort of feature where when you plan the pod, let's actually go to the pod here. So we have a test I'm working on right here. Oh, what's up, Caleb? Let's see if I have the backend running. Okay, very good. And I think I have 2 users locally. Let's see here. Yep, so do I need 3 to test this? No, 2 should be fine. So the first user here is me. So I created a pod. Now you see if I hit edit, the feature we're adding is this enable planning under the time option. So the pod has a time option now, so you can use the event time, a custom time range, which has to be a subset of the event time. So that's one of the tasks. Actually, we probably should start with that task. So you can see here I have verify time ranges are within the event start and end time, and then handle the maybe case. So just to remind you what this looks like, if you edit, you see now you can add some time ranges. So I can come in and say, okay, I'm free this time and this time. I'll hit save, and then here are my 2 times. So I'll save the pod, and if I take this event and log in as a Firefox user, okay, and view the same event, actually let's get the DevTools open here. Okay, and I'm going to join this pod. So when I hit join pod, now because it's a planning state, it doesn't just join. I have to then also add my availability. So I can either just select a time or an entire day like this, see? Or I can add one. So I'm going to add a time. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm available Wednesday at this time. So I hit save. But I'm also going to choose Tuesday. So I'm going to join. So this is the Firefox user. And we're going to go back to my account. I get a notification. Mike requested to join your pod. I'm going to accept it. Okay. He's joined your pod. Test event. So now if I look at the pod here, you can see the star is now on the day that has the most people available, which is Tuesday. But now you can see if I choose this one, this also has a star, which I think is fine. Star just shows the best option, the time that works the best for most people. So that's the feature, basically. It's pretty simple. It's just a way, it's like sort of like doodle.com. You can see everyone's availability. And then as the time gets closer, the person who created the pod just basically picks the best option and then sets the time option to be custom. And so they'll set the start and end time here. So that's how it works. So there's 2 things we have to do. The first is handling, like I said, the time ranges, making sure they're within the event and start and end time. And the second thing is handle this maybe case. So another powerful part of this feature is it's not just binary where it's like I can make it or I can't. You can also put maybe, just to really make this super flexible. So when I click on this, it just says no, but I should be able to click on it again, and it should show a yellow question mark, which is basically means maybe. And then we toggle it again, then it goes to no. So this has actually 3 states, not 2. But first, let's start with the okay, so I'll put a note here. This is where I was going to start off to do the maybe case. Where's my pedal? Hold on. It's jammed in there. Ugh. Okay. Gotta have my pedal. Pedal to the metal. Pedal to the carpet. All right, there we go. So how are we going to do this? We're going to verify the time ranges are within event start and end time. So I believe the pod has the event on it, right? So if we search for pod types, yeah, so the pod has the event. So where are we gonna actually do this verification? I think it's in the hooks, pod form hooks. So when we actually join pod, so update pod, join pod, time range options, format input. So in format input, we need to check the pod's event. Don't allow empty time options on update. Oh yeah, I think this is still valid. If, well, no, I think it's okay. So time range options, get time range options. So this is more like validate time range options. Actually, let me think more about this. This should happen in the actual component, right? Like we shouldn't even allow someone to select a time that is yeah, so this is actually limiting the time range selector itself, right? So this should be coming in as a props here. This component is super messy, but we're going to refactor it later. Time range options, selection on change. So here's where we want to say the min date and max date. And these are optional. These don't have to be passed in. Well, actually min date should default to the current day. That's already true. See? The viewing date. And then the length. Ah, see, okay, so by default, it's now to a week. Let me think about this. So how do we want to handle this? You know what? This is actually an edge case. I don't need to do this to ship the feature. So because there's a bunch of stuff that we are punting on. Date and max date props. Event start time, event end time. Because this is like a Bedine bug where if someone says that they're available after this event time, it doesn't actually, it might be confusing, but it doesn't actually break anything. So I'm going to deprioritize this and switch back to the maybe states. So handle maybe states for time ranges. Okay, that's what we're going to do now. So let's forget about this. Because again, we're trying to ship like an MVP of the feature so I can get feedback from users. And you can't have everything in the first release. So this is not a requirement. Well, it is, but not now, not in the first. release. Okay, we only have 10 more minutes before check-in. Let's see if we can get something done. So maybe is here. Okay, so when we hit toggle time range, let's see. If found time range, so if it's already selected, shoot. So now we actually have to see the state of the option. So range, found time range. So if, okay, let's just see. I think, let's get rid of this. I think, did that reload? Yeah, okay. I think, let's start some music. Why is this music not playing? I don't know if you guys can hear the music. I couldn't get it doing the pass-through. I'll fix that later. Is it actually going through? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, the pedal, Caleb, is my foot pedal. Kinesis. Freestyle foot pedal. Highly recommend it. I map it to the escape key in Vim, so I don't have to move my wrists ever. It's like this, see? It's pretty slick. Okay, so that reloaded. Switch back here. So now I think when you select the, did I say time or day? Toggle time range. Okay, so when I toggle this, time range. When I toggle this, it has a state. See, start and state available. So now we have to just like cycle through the states. So if it's available, then we're gonna toggle it to maybe. So if let me think. Let's do it like this. Let state be available. Okay. And then if the found time range state is, I should be using enums for this, by the way. This is pretty bad. We're going to refactor this whole component in the future, but we're under a time pressure to ship because people want to use it. If it's available, then the state is going to be maybe. Okay. And if it's not, that means we didn't find anything. And so the state is available. So this is valid. So we can just get rid of this. Yeah, I had a 2 I didn't hear for this. So do you see the logic? So if we don't find anything, that means it's empty. So it's valid. It's fair to set the state to available. But if we found it and it's already set to available, then we change the state to maybe. But if we found it and its state is not available, which means it's maybe, then it goes to available. Actually, I think this doesn't work, but let's try something. This is gonna be a weird UX because I think we want it to go from like empty to available to maybe, not empty to maybe to available. I'm not sure how Doodle.com does it, but let's see. So if I click this one, so oh, well, I'm not actually rendering. I should probably render maybe first, huh? Because it's gonna be hard to test. Okay, so where do we do the rendering of the checkbox? Why is there no music? Where do we actually render the checkbox? Oh, right here. Render checkbox is checked. I don't know if there is a intermediate state. Where is it? I don't know if there's an intermediate state for checkboxes. I think there is. Oh my god, what the hell just happened? That was weird. Here. So, yeah, okay, there's an intermediate state. But I don't know, I think I want it to show like a question mark, right? Let me think about the UX for a second. Because you can do custom icons. Custom icon. Custom icon. Checkbox icon. Checkbox icon. Oh, I see. So you can specify the icon like this. Favorite border. Favorite border. Icons. Favorite border. So let's use a question icon. I think it's called help. Yeah, so instead we can just make it look like this. Let's try this. I don't know if it's gonna work. Help icon. So when we render it, here. Oops. So icon, let's go back to here and just copy it. Icon equals favorite border. Oh, okay. So icon equals help icon. Does that work? Does it even work? Let's see. I don't know if I want to render like a different icon. That might be confusing. Maybe we should just render the question mark in the checkbox. I don't know. Let's see what this looks like. That actually, I think that's fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. So we just need to change the color to what's it called? I think it's not error. Should it be yellow? That's warning, right? Oh, I think it's time to check in with Andrews. Boy, I feel like I didn't really make too much progress. Let's see. It might be error. I gotta get live reloading working. This is a time sync. Oh, that did not do anything. Okay, let's punt on that for now. Sudo color yellow. So icon is gonna be is indeterminate. Is help. Is maybe. So const icon equals is maybe help icon or undefined. Okay, let's check in with Andrew, see how far he got in his work. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, props validation. Yeah, I should split all these out into separate components. But anyways, let's check in with Andrew, see how he's doing. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, because is maybe is undefined. All right, let's see. Where's my Zoom chat? Yo, Andrew. Is he there? Well, we'll wait for him. I'm unmuted. Oh, there he is. Yo, what's up? Man, the time flies, huh? How'd your start go? Not too bad, not too bad. Kind of a slow start, but I think I saved myself a lot of time because I started off on a feature that I realized after about 2 minutes, so it actually wasn't a hard requirement because it was an edge case, a benign edge case. So I just put a to-do comment in there, and I switched to something that actually is a blocker. And I have that almost semi-working, so just making progress on that. Okay. Sure. Yeah, I think I'm having the same problem as you because I tried using my Mac audio splitter because I like to stream my YouTube sound into my stream, but I couldn't get that working, and so I said screw it and just started the stream without it. I think because an update recently broke it, so I have to go back and fix that audio driver. But so it's most likely, yeah, you'll be talking to yourself in your stream, and same for me. But oh well, we'll try to get it working for next stream. So the edge case is pretty simple. By the way, are you looking at my stream on YouTube or anything? Because I can see, I'm looking at yours, and I can see your Jupyter notebook and everything. It's just Mike Staub on Twitch TV. So twitch.tv/Mike Staub, and you can see yourself on the big screen. What is this tool? This is Jupyter, yeah. Twitch.tv/Mike Staub, yeah. That's right. This is gonna get meta because it's gonna have like an infinite loop, right? Oh wow, look at that! I can see yourself typing it in my name. This is too meta for me. Oh my gosh. Wait, this is crazy. Yeah. Damn. Okay, let me switch my screen so I can show you what I'm working on, because this is going to go drive me crazy. So I started off, there's only 2 things left on this branch, and I can merge it, right? Because I like to do commit-driven development, so I list the PR I'm trying to merge, and then I try to plan out each commit message before I even start writing code. It's not one-to-one always, but at least keeps me on track. And so it's a strategy that works pretty well. And it forces you to get better about, like, because I hate when you have a PR that's like, 2,000 lines. You're like, oh shoot, I should have broke that up. So this helps avoid those giant PRs. But ironically, this is a giant PR because it's a big feature. Anyways, these are the last 2 things. So handling like the all day event. So the way the feature works is like you see your time ranges, right? And you can choose like, this works for me, this doesn't. And it puts a star next to the range that has the most people available. And so when you come in here and edit, you can choose like the times that work for you, but you can also just click here, so it's like all day, and doesn't handle that very well yet. But the second thing is, oh, I just deleted it actually. The edge case was making sure the time range that you select is within the time range of the event. Because a pod, remember, is a child type of the event. There can be multiple pods per event. And so if the event is like, a concert from like 2 to 6, it doesn't make sense to say, okay, I'm available to go 6 to 8. But then I realized it doesn't matter. If you say you're available to go 6 to 8, that's fine. It just doesn't make it, it's just irrelevant data, right? So we'll fix that in a future release, but for the first release, we can punt on it. And so the only thing I'm working on now is this maybe case. So right now it's just like when you see a time range, you can say yes or no. So I can either go or I can't go. But I want when you click it, there's a state machine. So it's like either no, yes, or then there's gonna be a question mark for maybe. Like maybe I can go this time. And so it better reflects like the true schedule of people, and gives more information for everyone. Well, that's a great question that came up this morning as I was like looking through the code. The fundamental question is, should a user be able to join more than one pod per event? And it's a tricky question because it's like it goes right down to like, what is a pod? Well, we can't, that if you think about it, that's not our control, because you're going to show up physically to one of them, and whichever one you don't, you're going to get dinged. Like we don't know, like we're going to allow it on the platform and then let you decide at the last minute which one you're going to flake on. That's your choice. But the bigger question is like, is that a valid use case? Because I was thinking about it, like what a pod is. And I've been to groups where it's like, say it's like a party. Like this actually happened like a year ago with me, where it was like a party, like 20 something people. And I noticed like I myself was part of like at least 2, maybe 3 pods within the party, where I was like distinctly hanging out with like this group of people. And then as the night went on, like I broke off, and like it wasn't, I want to say like nebulous, like it wasn't like everyone, but it was definitely like a distinct groups of people that, and people weren't part of just one group. And so it's like, how if you were only allowed to join one pod per event, then it would sort of like limit you maybe too much. Yeah, that was definitely an idea that came up before, like splitting and merging pods, but that's I don't know how the UX is going to look there. I almost want to think that it's just like pods are like fractal, where you can like have a pod that's like 50 people. I don't know. This is getting like, I would think, way more advanced than the first release. But it's like at the end of the day, I think there's going to be something like that, because we're basically trying to model like human behavior. And like I said, it's not like fixed, and it's sort of fluid, but we don't want it to be so fluid that it defeats the purpose. Then it's just like, okay, now you have 100 people RSVPing to the same pod. So it's a big question, but I think I'm leaning towards yes, that users can join multiple pods, and then it's up to the person who created the pod to say, like, did this person quote unquote show up or not? Because like maybe they joined 2 pods, but the whole night they actually just hung out with people not in pod 2. So then the person who's right, because then the person who's in pod 2 says like, actually I know they were physically there, but like they weren't socially accountable. Because again, that's the definition of pod on the website, is the unit of social accountability. And so just because you were physically there, people can actually mark you as not present, which is, I know it's controversial, but like I think that that's a valid use case. Yeah, I don't know about where that's gonna go though. You can't predict. It's gonna be contention. There's gonna be contention. Yeah. Anyways, enough about my feature. That's what I'm working on, trying to get that maybe thing working, and then I can pretty much merge this and we can use it. Yep, I'm trying to wrap this maybe implementation in 20 minutes and then do some testing, see if I can push it. Well, oh, okay. Your dark theme Jupyter notebook. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. So how are you doing that? You're visualizing it? Sure, yeah. Divide by 0. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Dual monitor panes. Cool. All right, sounds good. Quick question. This might seem like a silly question, but you mentioned that they claim 75%, but they don't publish their code. So, what proof do they have like if anyone, not just these people, but anyone in the like claims, oh, we got this result, but they don't publish the code, like how do people take that seriously then if it's not open source? Yeah. That's what you're trying to do now. Yeah, but it's like pseudocode at this point. Yeah. Wow. Wow. So, okay, that sounds good, but here's the thing: is like, what if you just humor me, right? What if you can't? What if like you spend a week on this, you do everything exactly right in the paper, you have someone review your code, like you re-implemented this to a T, to every like you read over this 50 times and you know like this should work, and you keep getting like 30%, 40%. At what point do you challenge the paper? Do you say, hey guys, I can't reproduce these results. This is my point about like, not you in particular, but in general, the machine learning and AI research is like, if people can't reproduce each other's papers, it almost makes me wonder if like in the future, a paper can't be published until someone else can reproduce it. But obviously everyone's busy and no one has time, right? But like this is very interesting to me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Huh. That's interesting. That's very interesting because coming from the computer graphics industry, I'd go to the SIGGRAPHs and see all the talks and the papers. Every single talk, like it wasn't even taken seriously unless it also published the repo. Like in the computer graphics, like you'd see a beautiful image, but no one would like see the result and be like, wow, what a beautiful image, unless they published, here's the way we rendered it. Because like anyone can just Photoshop anything, right? And so in the computer graphics industry, because the results are so visual, people are so much more less likely to believe the results unless they can see the code that generated it and then run the code themselves. But that's like a fundamental difference I see with the AI field, where it's like because it's so, I don't want to say like fuzzy, that's the wrong word, but yeah, it seems like it's not a requirement that people release their code for people to take them seriously, that's why I asked and I brought it up. It's like a new concept to me. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's a newer field, because computer graphics goes back all the way, you know, the 60s, 70s. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah, good point. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, I almost think that like there should be like a leak code, like almost like a code sandbox for every paper, where it's like, okay, here's the paper and then here's the code sandbox, you know? Anyways, I don't want to rat hole on that, but I just thought that was very interesting that like the whole thing that you're trying to do in general is like reproducing something. At first I didn't even understand why you would do that, because it's like, well, why wouldn't you just fork the repo? I thought it was just for like learning, but now I realize that like, no, like this is a like reproducing results in a paper is non-trivial. Yeah, right. Right. Well, I'll let you get back to your Pomodoro, and we'll sync back up at what 8:25. Okay. Talk to you. Talk to you then. Bye. Okay. Sorry for those of you that couldn't hear that half that conversation. You're gonna have to go and check out Andrew's live stream. We were just talking about um, what he's working on. Very interesting stuff. In the meantime, um, we're going to get back to where we were. Okay. So is maybe is false. Um, Wait a minute. Oh yeah, this is for the date. So this is always false, so let's just not pass it. We want to do the time. So is maybe is going to be true if the time range, it's on the time range, right? So it's the, here. Oh my gosh, what's going on? What the hell just happened? Here. So we're going to jump in here and say state, and then is maybe is state. Let's just keep the code together. State equals maybe. So then is maybe, we're using it here. State is maybe. Yeah, I think this should work, right? Is maybe. help icon undefined. All right, let's just try it. Let's see if our reloading is still working. Yes, it is. Reload site. Okay. Yeah, I gotta fix my yeah, I want to be able to hear Andrew's conversation next time we do this. I'll fix that after the stream. Okay, so if I click on this, I click on it again. All right, so the logic. State is maybe. Time range 2. So why do I think that this should be true? Because the state should be set to maybe where? The state should be set to maybe here, right? Found time range. Or actually, if the state is available, I'm trying to understand this for a second. Let me clear this. So this is empty, so we don't get any time range because it set it to available. So now it's available, so when I click on it, yeah, it should set it to maybe. Oh, duh. So instead what we want to do is mutate this selection. So, oh boy, this is like ugly code, dude. This is very ugly code. So if it's available, we want to just say like found time range dot state equals maybe. And we'll just set this back to available. This is so ugly. Oh, but that's not going to re-render because we're just mutating it. So I have to still, I still have to, oh boy, this is gross. Can't read map of undefined. Yeah. I have to do this. The selection is the same. We just changed the state of one of the options. Ay, ay, ay. Man, this is like a complicated component. It can definitely be simplified. Okay, so now it's set to maybe. That's interesting. Now it's just set to nothing. So it worked. So available, now I'm maybe, but this is still rendering. Time range 2 is undefined. So is maybe is not. Where's the rendering happening? Down here. Why is state undefined? Time range. It doesn't have a state? It does have a state. Event. Oh. No, why is this undefined? So it's working, it just it's not rendering correctly. Let's figure out why. Why does this not have a state? Start and end. It just has a start and an end. Oh, geez. So, goodness. So I'm gonna have to find. Oh, this is so hacky. I gotta rewrite this whole thing, man. Just get it working. So I have to find the actual option. Found. Well, we can just take it from where I just had it, right? Found time range. This should be like that code should be refactored. This is so ugly. So key is start and end. Found time range is actually, let's do it like this. The set is maybe to this. Good lord. You see what I'm doing here? You see what I'm doing? I'm getting the key from our time range and I'm finding the real one. And then I'm setting is maybe based on its state. I don't know if that's gonna work. Okay, that actually does work. Okay, but now this should be indeterminate, not empty. Right? Because when I select this, it's not going to do anything. Okay, so sort of working. Now we have to fix. Good lord, this is ugly. Now we have to fix the day. So not time agenda, it's day. Right here, date agenda. So let's see. Render checkbox is checked. Is indeterminate. Is day indeterminate. So is day indeterminate is now going to depend on some other stuff here. So right now it's saying if the day is not checked and some are true or some are maybe, the day map. Day map is, I think it's like the day and then it's an object whose keys are the time slots in that day. I did it this way to be more performant using hash maps, but honestly I should have just made them all arrays. Okay, so hold on, cancel this. If I select this, day map. So what does it look like? Wednesday. Oh, okay, so it's an array. So the key, the value is an array. Let's add some more options to see what that looks like. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, I see. Okay, so the key is the time, start time underscore end time, and the value is false. Oh, this is a problem. This is a big problem. Because originally the day map just mapped to true or false if it was checked or not, but now we have a tertiary value of maybe, which totally breaks that whole data structure. So I can do a hacky solution. I can say, what can I do? I can say if the day is not checked and some are true, or oh, this is so hacky. What I want to do is like put the day in here and then some maybes, or has maybes actually, has maybes takes the day and just loops through all the like this. So return option dot state is maybe, and option dot time range dot start is greater or equal to day, and then we're going to return maybes dot length. You see what I'm trying to do here? So this is has maybes. It's not that bad actually. It's not super hacky. The question is day a date time? I believe it is. Day format is a date time, I think. So, oh, and I gotta close this. So day format, yeah, reload that. We're almost there. Are we gonna make it in 10 minutes? I think so. So option dot time range dot start is greater than or equal to day. So let's see, come in here. Day format, oh yeah, that looks like it's a date time. Okay. Aha! Dude, it's freaking working. Wait, but why is... Oh yeah, this is still valid. The star should be here because this is still the best option, right? Because it shows... Oh, but now here's the question. What if this had two... Let's go back to Firefox. I'm not sure how this is going to work if Firefox also can do this time, right? So update that. I got to change this to update instead of join. That's not the best. So if I refresh, I don't think this is going to work. I think it's going to... What? Oh no, I want to go here. So these are both stars, right? But if I go to maybe on this one, yeah, see, this should be the star. This is a better option than this one. Because the star is not taking into account the state. So let's do that. Let's take that into account. Actually, wait a minute. Tuesday. If I put another option on Tuesday, right? And then I say, oh yeah, that's right. This should be that. Okay, so I think we just have to fix the star, and this feature should be done. So let's do that. let's go to best option here. So is best option, check best option time range. Check best option here. So this is the best option. So num users, option to user map, sure. Larger options, options to user map. Oh my gosh. So it doesn't actually check the state, right? Option to user map. This is like freaking minified code at this point. Option to user. Option users map. Oh, okay. So take the option key and reduce it by finding a unique user ID. Aha, see? It's the option.user ID. You know, it's like a really hacky thing we could do, but would work, is if we just duplicated this and filtered. This is a major hack. Maybe option users map. So this is going to be filter. Yikes, bro. And this is filter o dot state is not equal to maybe. Okay. And then the maybe option user map, we're going to use it here. So we know now, here's the number of users that can make it in this time range. And here's the number of users that maybe can make it. Wait, so what are we trying to do? We're trying to make this one fail. Right, so we're trying to compare, we're not just comparing so this is 2. Num users is 2. So 2, larger options is 2. This is 0. Wait, this is tricky. We have 5 minutes before Pomodoro is over. All right, let's think about this. Options users map. Num users, num maybe users. That's what we're missing. So we need this here. So num maybe users is here and here. So this is going to be 2, this is going to be 0. I think that's it. I think that fixes it. If I didn't just confuse the hell out of myself. So let's see. Yeah, right? If the of larger is 0 and the maybe is 0. So neither of these are true. Okay, I just freaking broke something. They're all saying no. Test, maybe. Num users, num maybe users, larger options, larger maybe options. What's going on here? Test, it's 1 0 2 1. 1 num user, 1 maybe, 0 maybe. So that's just wrong. And then the array is 2 for larger options. And larger maybe there's 1. Oh my gosh. What is option user map actually after all? So it takes all the options and it creates a map that says for each day, give me an array of user IDs. Okay. So we have the day. This shows me how many users can definitely go this day, how many users can maybe go this day. And so then we're going to loop over all the options and see if there's any that have more than... Oh, okay, so it's the tie that I'm not breaking. All right, hold on. We got to check in with Andrew in 1 minute. We're so close. Okay, my strategy is going to be kind of weird. I'm going to find the ratio of maybes to... Okay, I'm going to do something different. So we're going to find the same, like this. Yeah, we're going to find the ones that have the same length, and then we're going to find whichever one has a bigger ratio of... a smaller ratio of maybes. Time to check in, though, with Andrew. I think that strategy will work. Yes, I am. I was so close to finishing. Let me show you what I got. Well, I mean, I think I'm basically done, but there's like a UI. It's a UI thing that is not ideal. Let me show you. Yeah, let's see if we can actually just finish it in my 5 minutes. I'll show you. Are you watching my stream right now? So the maybe feature looks like this, right? So I click on it and it says now I'm a maybe on this day. So this is the best day. And if I click this, now they're tied. Oh, wait a minute. Did I just fix it? Hold on. How does that work? I just fixed it? Wait, but I didn't change anything. Basically, the bug was like when I went to maybe here, there was 2 green stars. So it thought these were equivalent options because there's 2 people in each. So what I want to say was, you know, if this one has 2 people that can go, this is definitely the best option. So the logic here was check best option. It says here's the time range, and it finds the num users that can go, the num users that maybe can go to that day, and then it's try. I don't know. I honestly don't know why it's working now because this wasn't working. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it just didn't refresh. Larger maybe options. Like basically, if there's something that has a larger option, meaning that there exists something that has more than num users. Oh, actually, no. This wouldn't work because this is actually still a bug. If I had a third person here. Oh no, maybe this does work. Maybe it's done. Okay. I'm trying to understand why this works. Yeah. So check best option is saying, should I put a green checkbox here? And the thing it takes is a time range, which has a start and end date time object. And so to check it, we basically say, give me the option users, which basically I create a map of, given all the options, I map the day and I give it an array of user IDs. Like at this day, all these users can go. So this one says like, and also it filters by not maybe. So this one, option user map, is all these users can definitely go on this day. And the maybe option user map likewise filters by equals maybe. So at this point, we have, in this day, we have like 2 user IDs. So this is 2. And num maybe is 0. Actually, no, it's 1. So 1 and 1 on this day. There's maybe, there's available, and then there's... Yes. Right. So I only care about available and maybe because busy is just undefined essentially. So it's really just trying to see, the question is, are there any other time slots that exist that have more people that are available than today? And that what I was going to do is, if you find a... Yes. Yeah, the reason the maybe is so important is because what if there's 3 people that can definitely go, and there's like 2 maybes, but there's another day where there's only 2 people can definitely go. So it's like, well, you'd rather check to see with the maybes, like, hey, most of us can do this day, you know. And so it just gives you more flexibility in the planning. But I don't want a maybe to be treated equally as a available in this like, green star calculation. But it looks like it's not. Well, no, the best option is basically any day that has it's a formula. A day that has the most number of people available. Oh, actually, you know what? No, I think that's a good point. I'm not I have to think about this some more because you're right. This is a naive implementation because that what you just said is a better option. If there's 4 maybes and 1 yes, then that's actually better than 3 yeses, right? Or is it? Is it? Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's the case that's here, which is like this day. Yeah, and it's working, but I don't. The reason I'm uneasy is I don't understand why it's working, because the code, the way it looks, it's just checking to see if there's any days that have more. Oh no, yeah, this does work. Okay, now I understand. It's because when I calculate the number of available users, I filtered out the maybe. So if there's any days. Okay, never mind. This is not working. I know what I have to do. So this looks like it's working because there's only 2. But if I had 3 people here, yeah. So I have to do exactly like you said. I have to do like a tiebreaker calculation, which is if you find a day that has the same number of totals, then pick the one that has the smallest ratio of maybes. Okay. All right. Cool. I know that's my 5 minutes. So I can probably wrap that up in a few minutes and then push it. But so how'd your stuff go? Let me switch to yours. Can you do Control Plus? It's kind of small. Nice. Mm-hmm. Holy. Oh my gosh. Well, is that even like? Can you even do anything with that? Well, we can right click and save as, right? That's a JPEG. Wow. What is this, plant UML or something? Oh my gosh. That's kind of beautiful. Wow. Copy backwards. Oh, it gives false positives? Hmm. So is every one of these a DAG? So it's like directed acyclic, meaning there's no arrows ever pointing back up? Yeah. Hmm. Oh. Interesting. See, but this PDF, like this is sort of useful because you can like see the red nodes, but how do you it's like it's not like a source map, right? How do you map this to back to the code? Mhm. Hmm. Yeah. You know what this reminds me of, Andrew? This reminds me of microservices and distributed tracing. So Amazon has a service called AWS Lambda where you can like follow a request from the browser all the way through your crazy like microservice architecture, and then you can visualize it and like because this is very similar, right? In the microservice world, you have an HTTP request being, and it also sometimes even has feedback where it calls a service and then that service calls a service. So you have cycles, and then if something goes wrong, if there's an error thrown, you're like, well, how do I debug this? And it's I see a lot of analogies to this. Like maybe you can pass some sort of like a unique ID through the network that's like some sort of like a distributed trace. I don't know. It's just a thought I had. Right. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I see. So you're leveraging the fact that math is not language in the sense that it's a it's context free. It's like a structured syntax. It's binary. It's like it's either it works or it doesn't. It's provable, unlike English or French. That's a clever insight. I understand now why you're doing this. Yeah, you're trying to find an angle, a way in. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, but I don't know what you're gonna do with that giant PDF, man. I don't know how useful that is. I mean, it's if maybe if you could render it to like text, like UML or something like Plant UML or something, you could at least Control F it. You know? No, you showed it. You showed it. Hmm. Yeah, at least it's consistent. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh well, no. I think we started at when did we start? 7. So we're 15 minutes over. Actually, no, we started 7:10, so we're just on time. This has been actually pretty fun. Next time we got to make sure our conversations are like I don't think people are hearing you on my stream and vice versa. It's a real shame. Talking to an imaginary friend. At least I have your stream on, so people later could, if they really wanted to, like pull up your stream and then watch it to map the audio. I don't know. The data's there. It's just all messed up. Yeah. Yeah, we'll make it work for next time. How, yeah, yeah. Once I fix this maybe UI thing, I'll get this merged probably tomorrow morning, and then I'll send you an invite to the beta environment, and we can use it to plan the next one, set our availabilities. Nice, perfect. The pod. Yeah, yeah. It's so hard. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. All right, I gotta run. All right, talk to you later, Andrew. We'll do it again. Bye. All right, we're gonna close the stream. I'm gonna leave it, actually, believe it or not, here, so I can start on this tomorrow. To keep my I never like to finish a session with like an empty commit slate, because then it's this, and we'll start using it. This is gonna be a fun feature. So thanks for those of you that followed along, and we'll catch you next time. Alrighty.